everybody, JC here from Toy News International, and I just got back from Hasbro's New York Comic Con, or I should say pre-New York Comic Con media event. This is a media event that they hold, or this is an event they hold just for members of the media, basically the night before the actual New York Comic Con begins. Hasbro doesn't have a booth at New York Comic Con. They do have a couple panels. They have a Star Wars panel and a Transformers panel tomorrow. But at this event, we got to look at a couple new Transformers products, one new Star Wars product, and some new Marvel Legends products. So to go over what was shown there real quick. So for Star Wars, basically they showed us one new figure we hadn't seen before, and that was a big one though. It was their 6-inch Black Series Force Awakens Han Solo figure. So this is the first figure we're seeing, well, not including Chewbacca, I guess, but of the original cast members for the Force Awakens line. And I gotta say, I thought the figure looked pretty good for the most part. I definitely like the look. You know, obviously Han Solo showing his age a little bit with this figure, but again, overall, I think this looks pretty good. Now, we don't have details on when this figure is going to be released yet, what wave. As I said, Hasbro is going to have a Star Wars panel tomorrow, so we'll probably get some more details on that. So stay tuned to JediInsider.com for that. So moving on to Transformers, and again, I'm not going to go into a lot of details with this, but basically they're showing off their new Titan series, which is essentially the Headmasters. They're moving off from the Combiner Wars with the Combiners, and now we're basically going into Headmasters. So the eye catchers that we got to see tonight was a new Galvatron, and I thought this one looked really nice. Definitely liking the sculpt and everything. Looks very true to his G1 counterpart. And in fact, the little Headmaster is actually made, it's not called Megatron, but he's made to look like Megatron. So that's kind of interesting. We also are getting a new Blaster figure, and again, I thought that looked pretty good. Now, Blaster comes with a little black cassette. It doesn't actually transform into a robot. The one that he comes with, it's more of like, it acts as like a little shuttle little thing for the little Headmaster figure. So there are going to be cassettes for Blaster released as Legends figures, so you'll have to buy those separately, but they had a couple of those on display as well. So I asked if we might see anything like a Fortress Maximus or Trypticon or anything like that for this Titan series, and basically they said, well, it is called Titan series, and stay tuned. So who knows? Now again, there's going to be a Transformer panel tomorrow, so we should be getting maybe some more reveals and maybe more details. So be sure to tune in to tformers.com for coverage of that. That's going to take place tomorrow evening. So finally, the Marvel stuff. So real quick, as far as the 3 1/4-inch line, really nothing new as far as figures shown. We saw these figures at San Diego Comic-Con. We are getting a look at the new packaging, and the line is once again being rebranded as Marvel Legends. So moving on to the 6-inch line, now we did get to see some new figures. We saw a couple figures that we had already seen at San Diego: Mockingbird, the Taskmaster, the classic Captain America, the Red Onslaught Build-A-Figure, which is the Build-A-Figure for the Civil War wave. These are figures basically going to fall under the Captain America Civil War banner for next year. We haven't seen any movie figures for the line yet, but these are all comic book based. But new figures that we got to see tonight was Cottonmouth, Whirlwind, Scourge, Agent 13, and then not part of the Captain America Civil War line, but part of another yet unannounced line will be a Jim Lee X-Men Rogue figure. And this figure looks really nice. I really like the detail. I told you guys back during San Diego Comic-Con that Dwight Stahl told me that if they finally released the Rogue figure, it was going to be with a new sculpt. So Now the other cool thing is you'll notice there's a Magneto head. Now this is going to fit on that Onslaught, that red Onslaught figure. A lot of people, when that figure was first shown at San Diego Comic-Con, were like, you know, where's our classic Magneto head for classic Onslaught? Well, we are actually going to get it. Now it's going to be released. It may not be released with Rogue. I talked to Jesse Falcon about this tonight, and he said it may not be released with Rogue, but it is going to be released with one of the figures in this as of yet unannounced wave that Rogue is going to be shipping in. So again, it may not be with Rogue, but for those of you who've been wanting a classic Onslaught, we're going to actually get that Magneto head. So that's really cool. And Jesse Falcon was like, you know, he wouldn't tell me any details about this wave of figures that Rogue's going to be shipping with, but he said, you know, if you're a classic Marvel Comics fan, you're going to be really happy. And he was really saying how the sculpts and the figures in this line are going to be really awesome. So we probably are not going to get any more details on these until New York, or until the New York Toy Fair in February. There is not a Hasbro Marvel panel at New York Comic Con this year, so this is about it for Marvel Legend reveals this weekend. So I've got you images here, but we have a full gallery of images up at marvelousnews.com and tformers.com and JediInsider.com for all these figures. So, and again, check back to Jedi Insider and Tformers tomorrow for coverage of the panels, where we will get more details and probably product reveals. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later.